day I'm hustling. Who you suckers think you're tripping with? Yes, I'm the boss. 745, white on white, that's Rick Ross. I cut them wide, I cut them long, I cut them fat. I keep them coming back, we keep them coming back. I'm in the distribution, I'm like Atlantic. I got them pretty.
Bro, I was vibing hard. I was vibing.
Golly. Dude, that was good.
Oh, it's always good. I was vibing, dude. I was over here getting it.
Dude,
So.
I had to bend down and let the bend over and shake the tail feather, girl.
Yeah.
Bend
Drop
over
down and get your eagle on with it. Hey, hey,
dude, that was a
get your eagle
banger.
on. Let's go.
That was a banger, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Old school bangers. Now the bangers, you can't even understand what they're saying.
No. And Snoop Dogg.
Mumble rap. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this. Love it. Have you heard New Boot Goofing?
New Boot Goofing?
New Boot Goofing.
I don't think I can say yes to that.
If I look it up on my phone and play it into the mic, you think we'll get in trouble on it?
I mean,
we've had some stuff pop off lately on our stuff here.
There's a rat that watches our episodes.
Gotta be.
There's gotta be.
So
the email that said turned us in, I'd never heard of before, but yeah, whatever. Hey, you know what? It just means you made it, dude. It means you made it, dude.
All right, so I'm gonna
bang it out.
I'm gonna hit my media up here.
Hit it, and I'll just keep on talking. Okay. Hey. Oh,
dude, it's my new favorite song.
Is it though? Who sings that?
No lie. His name's he's on TikTok. His name it's Ryan Charles Music. Shout out Ryan Charles Music. My guy, you have changed my life.
Come on the show.
I mean, dude, and what's wild, he's got some good stuff, like a lot of good music. But like I think he should be bigger than he is right now. He's gonna be huge. I love him. Had Snoop Dogg vibing out to it and everything.
I like your I love your mic. I love the new mic.
You like it?
I do.
Cheap.
Is that
cheap?
Is it?
Oh, cheap. I don't even. It's a Hainer Seek mic.
Oh,
I want to say I spent like $70 on the mic and this nifty little mixer thing it came with, which is rechargeable, and yeah, I can do some pretty neat things with it, like this. Oh, yes. Did you like that? Was that something you might clap for? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty cool. There's a lot of little stuff I can do with it, but you don't always have to go over the top on stuff. I'm a budget guy. I'm a big budget guy. So,
are you a Gary Vee guy?
I love Gary Vee.
So do I, dude.
Oh,
so do I.
He's another one of those that really changed my life to get me to where I'm at today. Was his books, podcasts, all of it.
Did you do the snowball thing? We did the snowball debt thing to buy our first home.
No.
Is that what it's called? The snowball, right?
Yeah, the snowball where you pay your cards off that have the highest interest rate first, right?
Yeah.
Or is that a different thing?
You start low, you pay your lowest, and then work up.
So you pay your lowest and then work up.
Yeah, we never had credit cards, dude. Until we bought our house, I had my first one.
It's who is it? Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey.
He does the pay your highest interest rate.
Sell everything until you think the kids are next, bro. Sell everything until the kids think
I can't get behind it. I like Dave Ramsey, and I think he's great, and he can get people out of bad situations. But I think the kind of people that he really helps are those that just want to like chill and be comfortable, because there's absolutely no leveraging debt in the world of Dave Ramsey.
Right.
So, for example, I heard him talking to a guy, like a caller called in and was like, "Yo, I'm young. I have X amount of dollars, got from like a trust fund or something. So it's like $50,000 or $100,000. He's like, what should I do with it to make money?" And Dave's like, save it. Just save it.
Don't
spend it. Just save it. But it's like if you have $100,000, you could take $50,000 into the bank and put it down on a property that can cash flow thousands and thousands of dollars a month.
Right.
I don't know.
No,
I'm all about
totally with
leveraging
you.
debt.
I'm totally with you, man. Turn 2 into foe and foe into mo.
Let's
You know what I mean?
go. You
Let's
know what
go.
it is? Compounding,
Yeah, dude.
Like that thing we were talking about that we've never looked up the correct math on.
oh
Being
yes,
less shitty day
for
after day.
365.
365 days does not make you 365 times less shitty. Way more than that.
Nope. Yep. Because it compounds.
Compounds. Right on.
Hey, you and I had a blast over Easter weekend. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been it feels like it's been longer than a week since we've done one of these.
Yeah. It feels like it's been a really long time.
It does. I think it's because we
Almost feel
talk every
bad.
day. Almost
Yeah.
feel bad. I mean,
Yeah.
man, we're banging them out. But hey,
We got to bang them out better because, real quick, here's the thing. We're losing a lot of stuff because we talk daily. So it's like, did we talk about that on the show? Did we not talk about it on the show? We just got to
Correct.
start banging these out every other day or so. Every
Every
3
other day.
days. We're both busy, man.
Yeah, no, I get
So,
it. I totally get it. So we're starting this like little branch off thing, right? We're 5 episodes in, 6 episodes in, counting this one, and now we're kind of expanding the family tree. I know that you had picked up some gear to do some road casting, right?
right.
Let's talk about that. What do you have in
Yeah.
store?
So the guy I'm doing egress windows with, Casey, incredible guy. I mean, absolutely incredible guy. One of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Smart, but we're a lot alike in the sense that we research things. We don't like not knowing an answer. So we have a lot of conversations where we talk over these answers and things going on in the world today. We have slightly differing opinions on some stuff, but for the most part, we're pretty what's the word I'm looking for? We're pretty much the same in terms of opinions and whatnot. Like we both think the same way in a lot of ways. But so we drive hours a week. And sometimes it's a 2-hour drive to do a window, sometimes it's just 45 minutes or so, but in these drives, I mean, you can only imagine the conversations that we're having. It'd be like if me and you were to spend hours a day in a vehicle driving and just talked and recorded it. So Casey and I touch on a lot of these subjects, a lot of the things that are going on today, stuff we see pop up on the old book face. So we go pretty deep into a lot of these. He's the one who changed my opinion on the whole Jada Will situation and helped me see that a little better than I was and shed some other perspective on it. So great
Sometimes
guy.
you need people like that in your life.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't have a bunch of yes men around you all the time. I mean, that's not good for anybody involved. It's not good for the yes men involved because they're obviously just getting played constantly. And then it's not good for the person who's, having that conversation, or I don't want to say with the power because that's not correct. But typically, yes men are surrounding themselves with people that have power, right? They're never going to tell you that you're doing something wrong. You're not going to. So that whole Jada thing, that's a small blip, and compared to what I'm sure you guys talk about constantly.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited to hear these things, man. Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
And you have some incredible connections and incredible people that you've crossed paths with.
Yeah, that's
in the world of sports. I mean, at work, all of it.
Life. It's it. So I made a post about it. I don't know, a couple months ago, because in the world of youth sports, and it'd be weird if you're not like involved in it to hear this, but the way that the kids are treated like objects or tools, and they'll just cut a kid who's 10 and tell him to go on his way and not develop them. My whole philosophy is, if I'm going to pick a kid up, I'm going to do everything in my absolute power to try to develop that kid. And that's a promise I make to the parents. If you come play for me, you're not just going to learn about the game. You're going to learn about life, because I don't know all there is to know about baseball. And anybody that's a coach that tells you that they know everything, that dude is not somebody you want to play for. Shout out to that dude. I hope you're watching this, because yes, there is one specific person I'm talking about. Anyways, so yeah, I've kind of surrounded myself with people like yourself who are going to tell me when I'm messing up or when I'm doing something wrong, or I guess I surround myself with people that I strive to be like, you know. I mean, you're one of them. The hill that I've seen you climb, dude, it's weird that I'm talking about this in a podcast, because I tell you all the time, but the hill that I've seen you climb and overcome is absolutely inspiring. And people will reach out all the time. Hey, you've inspired me to lose weight, or you've inspired me to get sober. You, sir, have completely changed my life. So when it was time for me to branch off onto a different podcast, I sat down and I had a legit conversation with my wife before I reached out to you. And I was like, I want to do this with somebody that is going to let both of us expand our options and back you when you're making a good decision and tell you when you're making a bad decision. So everything I do, I kind of bounce off of you, right? Where am I going with this? I love you, first of all. So the branching off of the men behind the mic, the people behind the mic.
Yeah.
I've got Brant Vlieger coming on, who played for Nebraska in 99 and 2000. It was his senior year, and they made it to the College World Series. And then he came back and coached as a graduate assistant for people like Alex Gordon, one of the best third basemen to ever play at Nebraska. He coached that infield, but he had to go through the JUCO rankings and junior college and all that. So that story is going to be incredible too. And then my guy, Mr. Bill Hooks, man, who's on ESPN radio, he just lives my dream, essentially. He gets to talk on the radio, and it guarantee it doesn't pay much. So he does it because he loves it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and then we got the moms coming on, dude. Mother's Day's in what, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to bring them on. We're not going to drop the name of that special quite yet, but we're going to do something really special for Mother's Day for those special women.
So, yeah, man.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So the men behind the mic would not be behind this mic if it wasn't for these women. So
yeah, that's going to be incredible.
You guys are going to get to meet them. You're going to get to know them, and it's going to be something pretty cool. So, and hopefully that'll branch off into something else. You know, my wife and you have had some great talks about her traumas and her experiences and the things that she'd like to do moving forward, the people that she'd like to help. And I think we can use the platform that we have here to grow and continue to expand and help as many people as possible, because that's why we're doing this.
Yep. And then at the end of the day, these branch offs and these the people behind the mic segment that we're doing, you know, the people that have helped inspire us to be better and do better. And like, I think that's going to help people a lot too, just because you can't do this thing by yourself, man. You can't have this journey and go down this road and path by yourself. Because at the end of the day, if I tried to do that, I wouldn't be where I am. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's so many times I wanted to give up. Oh, that's a talking point that I have down. We'll just jump to the middle of that. Is there anything else you want to talk about on the branching off? I end up just pivoting.
No, we can pivot like crazy. I'm cool with that. I think we've said what we needed to say. One thing I would add, after saying no, there's nothing I want to add. If anybody wants to get on here with us and do something with us and get your own episode, we'd love to have you. Shoot a message, reach out to us, let us know. We'd love to have you on as a guest. If you've got a story and you want to tell it, we'd love to talk to you about it and see if we can help you get that out there.
That would be absolutely amazing. Good call, dude. Good idea. And it doesn't matter if it was mental health that you're struggling with, if it was addiction, if anything, weight loss, or if you just have a story to tell. Like,
yeah, if you're not even, it doesn't even have to be a struggle. If you just want to get on here and drop some truth on us all and share some knowledge, something that you're good at, something that you've studied a lot in, and something that's big today, or something that might be big, who knows? We'd love to have you on here. We'd love to talk about it. We'd love to learn from you. If you can learn something from us, and everyone listening, watching, whatever, can learn as well. So,
yeah, on that note, I did it twice because I love that.
And we're going to.
Okay, so I reached out to you. I don't know. It was during Madison's birthday. I remember, because that's why it was such a big deal back in September of 2021. Yeah, because
Yep.
2022 hasn't been here yet. Yeah, that one. September 2021. I don't know what happened to me, and I have no earthly idea on how to explain what it was, but essentially, I reached out to you in tears, and I was just an absolute wreck, and all I could explain it to you as was it felt like I was I don't know, man, coming off of like withdrawing. That's what it felt like. And it's insanity because it's been almost 8 years since I've even had a sip of alcohol. So the fact that
I
the
have to.
you have to.
I
You
have
have to. The fact that it hit me so hard and out of nowhere, and it was like I was on such a high. Like I had done the Sweet Stock event. I had went to New York City. We had just gotten done with baseball, which is like a 6-month process. You start in January and you don't end till July. And then all of a sudden everything just stopped and we were prepping for Madison's birthday party. And it felt like my skin was coming off my bones, dude. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop shaking. I couldn't sleep. And Melissa was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." I went to the doc, dude. I went to urgent care and they tested me for COVID, and words are hard today. They tested me for
COVID.
COVID, and what
Yeah,
once I
Mike Blair.
figured out that
This is that Southern COVID.
they tested me for COVID,
COVID. Mike Tyson.
once they figured out
COVID.
I didn't have COVID, they just kicked me out the door. Right. So
Yeah.
then I went to my doctor and he put me on like this blood pressure medication and it seemed to work for a little bit. But like your advice to me was record it. Like you said, do it like you do a podcast and record it and then look back on this anytime you're struggling or you're having a
Yeah.
bad day. And dude, it was like a 4.5, almost 5 minute video. And all I could think was, my daughter's birthday is tomorrow. We're having a party. And I feel like this. And I don't know. I don't know what happened outside of I was on such a high and then all of a sudden everything kind of stopped, you know?
Yeah.
Does anything like that ever happen? I mean, am I just the only one that's ever had like a withdrawal 8 years into it? That's what it felt like.
Right. I mean, I know you're not alone. I personally have never experienced anything quite like that. This far down my road in recovery here. Um, I mean, I've had seasons of depression and times where anxiety's been much higher than others. But that experience you had, and I do remember that call. I remember talking to you for a while, and um, I just wish I would have, had some of those recordings of back when I was doing drugs, back when I was out there doing everything I was doing. Because you have people around you that can remind you. My mom, my wife, they were there for it. They saw it. They saw what was happening. But I wish I could have recorded something back then of explaining in my own words what I was going through and what I was feeling in those moments. I have this crazy weird memory and I can vividly remember a lot of those times, but I think it would mean a lot more if I had done it then than just explaining now. And that's one of
Yeah.
the things that Casey and I talk about a lot. Totally different people, totally different lives, totally different people that uh, are on this path now together. And he's never done a single drug in his life. And then there's me. The worst thing he's ever done legally, like as far as illegal activities, was hunting when he wasn't supposed to. Like
Whoa. Whoa.
that's it.
Crazy.
If I might be stepping out of line here, but I'm pretty sure he was charged with a trespass at one time that ended up being dropped or something like that. He'll tell the story. I'll get him. I'll get him talking about that one. But then you got me, who's done it all and broken every law except for a few probably. But two totally different people that are in here and having these discussions. So when I sit here and I tell him stories about when I was using drugs and when I was doing this or I was doing that. It just absolutely blows him away. But had I had like a video of when I was doing this, it would have been a eye opener for sure. Something to look back on and see where I was. I mean, I know where I was and the people around me know, but to be able to show those moments, those things
Yeah.
have such a huge impact when you see like people on TikTok where it's like their recovery stories. I absolutely love them. Saw one earlier today that had me bawling. Just they hit me so hard when it shows them in their active addiction, nodding off, and the way they're talking, and then to see them now today, even if it's only 3 months sober, it's like, wow, that is incredible. So
Yeah, the first the first 3 months were absolutely terrible. So, if you can make it if you can make it 30 days, you could make it. If you could make it a week, I think you can make it.
yeah, you make
Yeah,
it a day, one day at
a
a
day.
time, one
I
day at a
remember,
time.
dude, I remember back when a day, like when a day it would drag on, and it would just be like physical pain, dude. That's the craziest.
Oh,
Oh, dude, the Seckler family. We were talking about it episode 1 or something about Dope Sick, the show.
yeah,
It was the Seckler family that created the Oxycontin boot. They created Oxycontin, and how they got away with only having to pay fines is mind-boggling to me, dude. You poisoned the United States.
you're
Poison.
right.
Dude, that's the pandemic. That's the pandemic. The opioid crisis, the mental
Yeah,
health crisis, the suicides, what they're doing to the teenagers, what they're doing to the kids in school. That's the crisis, dude.
I think
The fact
that's an epidemic. Would
and
be
whatever pandemic, epidemic, pandy, playing pandy.
yeah,
Dude, my son,
but the
my
epidemic should be more of a big deal than the pandemic. I mean,
my son would come home from school, and I'm not kidding, dude. And I'm not kidding. He would put on his mask in our house to go do homework or to go play school. And then when I would tell him
yeah,
to take it off, he'd be like, "No, I'll get in trouble." What, dude? You're in your home, dude. Yeah. Anyways, moving on from that.
yeah. I
That's
mean, we could do like an hour-long special of just COVID-related
yeah,
stuff,
I
but
agree.
I say we don't.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Hey man, have you watched the new Batman yet?
No,
Dude, it's
I
incredible.
haven't watched the old Batman or
Dude,
the.
you don't need to.
I've seen like 2 Batman movies, I think.
The one with Heath Ledger?
Yeah,
Okay. Now I'm not gonna say it's better because that one's gold. But I will
yeah.
say it's the second best. I'm not
Wasn't
kidding.
part of the Heath Ledger Batman like recorded without him? Didn't he
He
pass
died
away?
before it was
Yeah,
over.
before they were done filming, right? And they had to
Yeah.
kind of like switch the way they did some stuff. And there's like
Yeah.
some scenes where it's like a double or something that's not actually Heath Ledger, but right?
You might be thinking of Fast and Furious, Paul
No,
Walker.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's that. I
You
think there
probably
was like a specific scene where something was blowing up or something, and it shows him walking away, but it's not actually him walking away. It's
That's a
actually
great
like the
performance.
double.
He
This could be
did.
completely wrong.
Maybe.
I,
Possibly. Allegedly.
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
think Heath Ledger did incredible, dude, in Batman. That Dark Knight, hands down, dude. Even you just said I've only seen a couple Batmans, and that had to have been one of them.
Oh yeah,
So good. But dude, Twilight dude does so good in Batman.
does he?
The Batman, yes.
Edward? Isn't it Edward
Always.
Cullen?
He'll always be
Cullen?
Edward.
Cullen?
Dude, you got to check it out. You have to check it out.
Hey, speaking of Twilight, there is a new there's a movie on Netflix with my lookalike
Oh, your doppelganger?
Taylor Lautner. Yeah. Yeah, it's teammates or team player or something like that. I don't
Is it
know.
good?
Ashley wants to watch it. I want to watch it too, but I'd like to. It's kind of a family movie. I'd like to watch it with the kids. So
Dude, will you please watch the Yeezy documentary?
yeah,
Please. I've had it on here to talk about since episode 1. So please
Okay.
watch it. Please.
okay.
And this is what I'm going to tell you about it. Kanye West is the same exact person now that he was the entire time before. And the only change is he's a guy who lost his mom and now has lost his entire family. You'd go crazy too. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's crazy. That because the videos that they show of him before, where he's making beats for everybody and nobody will sign him because he's a producer, that's the same Kanye that I saw tell Taylor Swift to get lost. That's the same Kanye, dude. It's the same person. Nobody just absolutely changes like that without something happening to him. So he lost his mom. He's now lost his wife, and I'm assuming, seeing the kids isn't easy. So
yeah,
he's a dude who's going through some things. So cut the dude some slack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watch the documentary. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I'll have to watch it. I like Kanye.
So I absolutely love Kanye. They go back and they break down.
I mean, he might be absolutely crazy, but
oh well. Who cares? Oh yeah, just a little bit. Pivot time. Did you guys have family dinner growing up at the dinner table?
Seriously? No.
Me neither.
No. So we had fond memories. Are we talking like growing up, like parental divorce growing up? We had Wednesday nights, we'd go to a bar called RJ and Sandy's, and my parents would play Keno and drink while we ate. And I always ate a chili burger and a chili cheese fries. An open face chili cheeseburger and chili cheese fries. That was our Wednesday night thing. And then we had Sunday. It was either like Saturday or Sunday, one of those mornings. My dad, the closest thing we had to like family dinner was my dad would make breakfast, and he would just make like a breakfast buffet for all of us. But I don't remember my mom being there much for those. Like I don't know. I was talking to my mom about some stuff the other day because I'm like, do I remember things wrong? Like, I don't remember her being around much, but she was also always working. So it's like some things I feel like I remember wrong, but I was going over some of my stories with her that I remember, and she's like, "Oh no, that is spot on." So I mean, the closest thing we had to answer your question, without the massive story I'm telling here, we did like a Saturday or a Sunday breakfast. We do a breakfast thing.
But you didn't eat it at the table, right?
I think we ate it at the table. Maybe. I think the table was always covered in food, and we'd like get a plate. And I don't know if we'd go sit in the living room, or I can't remember now.
So maybe one time a week. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Never. Ever. I mean, there might have been once in 3 years or something, and my mom made it a point that we're sitting down at the dinner table.
Right.
But never, dude. Because mom worked 3 jobs. Now every single night.
Do you?
Every single night. It doesn't matter if we get takeout. We eat at the table. Every night. We bought a kitchen table when we moved in because of that. No, it's because
no, I got you.
It's because we never did. Melissa never did. I never did. And to me, that's an important thing because
it is. No,
we never did it, dude. And there's no iPads at the table where, I mean, it's maybe we'll have some podcast news going or something in the background, but like and we try to make it a point, and it doesn't matter. Like right before when I said text me when you're ready, we were up. We eat so late, dude.
We've been there. I think I was criticizing you on how late you guys were eating.
Probably everybody does.
One of the prior shows here, and now we've gotten pretty far off. It's just with work, and then I've been going to the gym after work, and then
you look good.
And eating. Thank you. I feel good. Literally,
your shirt is the tightest.
Or you said that about my pants last time.
Yeah, your pants look good.
My wife still makes fun of me for that. She's like, "Your pants are the tightest."
There was a good bit. That was a good bit.
I honestly, to brag, I do feel like I look better than I ever have. I feel better physically than I ever have. I've never disliked my body less than I do now. So that's cool.
You should talk about it. Dude, that ain't easy. That's not easy to do.
Back to family stuff, though.
Oh, yeah.
We have slacked on that a whole lot. Like, the sitting at the table to eat, I mean, you've been over here with just mixing stuff around, moving stuff around, remodeling, working on this, working on that. We don't actually have a kitchen table or a dining room table like fully set up to even sit at.
Do you
So
not? Where you have a kitchen
no,
table?
we have a dining room table, but it's currently sitting underneath our TV in the living room
Oh, that's right. Okay,
because
yeah,
we have
yeah.
Domino's Kennel over in the corner where the table was.
That's right.
So, and we did have it in another spot, but it took up more room than we wanted it to, and it just kind of became a catch-all. So we've kind of eliminated our kitchen table momentarily, you know? We just
Yeah.
have. We spend so much family time though, like that is what we do. You know, we hang out together. One thing that I will say, tradition, you got the whole tradition going with your family meals, sitting at the table eating your meals. One thing that I have not done for as long as I can remember having my children is bedtime is dad's time. I do hugs, kisses, prayers. All three kids every single night. You know what we do? We do a hug, we do a kiss, we do a mugga mugga. Then I get a kiss on my right cheek, left cheek, chin, eye, eyebrow, eyebrow, ear, ear, forehead, noggins. We headbutt each other. Then we give each other noogies and a flick on the head
Dude,
every night. All three kids, one at a time.
dude.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bedtime's my thing too, man. Bedtime's my thing too. I do the teeth, right? That's how it is. Like when we get, except for tonight because we're recording this late, but
Yep.
it's I get them ready for bed. We lay them down. We do the kiss on the cheek, a kiss on the forehead, Eskimo kisses, and then butterfly
We call it
kisses,
mugga muggas.
and then a handshake. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. And then a group
Yeah.
hug. Dude, I'm
Yeah.
not playing. That's
I'm
crazy.
not either. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Every night.
Every night.
Every night.
Bro, and if
And
I don't,
if they stay somewhere else, like a grandparent's house, or if I'm away for work or something, we do a video call, and I literally take the phone and do them all to my face while they're kissing the phone screen.
yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
That's
That's
just
awesome.
it's life now, man.
It's life,
And I
dude.
would not want it any other day or other way. I fear the day where that stops.
Because it will.
Ah,
Because it will.
depressing. Is there a boo button on this thing?
Probably not.
Oh man, that's legitimately like what worries me most about moving
It's
forward.
scary.
Just they're growing up so fast already. My girls are getting so big, and they're always telling me that no matter what, they want me to carry them, and bruh, that's why I gotta get these gym gains going on because I gotta be able to carry them kids for forever, man.
For another 18 years. Yeah. No,
Oh yeah.
dude, it's crazy to think that like they're not gonna want us around.
Oh, speak for yourself, man.
No, dude, it's coming. It's
I'm in
coming.
denial still.
Think
Have
about
I
it.
told you my master plan for keeping my daughters in my house forever, under
No.
my roof forever?
Go on.
They think it's their idea, which is the best part of it. I want when we build I want to build a house near the school that they plan on going to. I want to build a house there. We're going to move into that house before they're ready to go to school. Everything's going to be cool, blah blah blah. And then I'm going to build this massive shop on the property, backyard, side yard. I don't care. It's mine. It's my shop. It's right there. So I'm going to build this massive shop, and there's going to be an apartment above it, and they're going to think that that apartment is what we're going to rent out when they go to school to pay for their part of their tuition, their housing, and all that stuff. But they're going to love the apartment and help me design the apartment. They're each going to design their own bathroom, and they're going to think it's super cool. And when they're ready to go to school, they're going to say, "Hey, instead of renting that out to pay for our living arrangements, why don't we just live there?" I don't want to be like, "Well, I'll have to talk it over with your mom, but you know." They're gonna think
Yeah.
it's their idea.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Or it's gonna Benjamin Button them,
Yeah, grow backwards. Right.
backwards.
That was dude, I just watched that movie last year. Hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
So good.
I thought about taking like there's those little packets that they put in like beef jerky and stuff to keep it fresh.
Yep.
It says do not eat. What if you eat that and it ages you in reverse or keeps you
Oh,
younger longer?
preservatives. Keeps you fresh for longer.
I might be
That's what
onto
it's
something.
that's what it's in there
Maybe
for.
that's why it says like do not eat. Like
Don't eat it.
absolutely don't eat this
Don't
because they
eat
don't
it.
want you to know that
Mm-mm.
if you eat it, you age in reverse.
We've had the fountain of youth in our fingertips for years.
Yeah. And you wonder why beef jerky costs so much.
Yeah,
Because they're giving you free fountain of youth pills.
duh, dude. Why didn't we think of this earlier? Obviously,
Disclaimer, don't eat them.
don't eat them.
Don't eat
Well,
them.
don't.
Don't eat them.
No. Send them to the men behind the mic.
Just don't eat them.
Send them here. Yeah. So obviously, you and I have been eating them because we're aging backwards. But
Yeah.
Hey, do you keep a journal?
I used to journal like crazy.
Me too.
Man, did I journal. Yeah. I used to write so much in general. But no, I don't keep a regular journal that I write in like daily or even weekly. But I do have notebooks that I started journaling in here and there. I like to write out my goals. And that's something that we do every New Year's Eve as a family. We sit down and we write out our goals and we write out things that we liked about the previous year and things that we didn't like. And then we write out things that we want to do for the next year and like things that we want to overcome or situations and just stuff. We write it out as a family though.
Melissa and I have kept a goal chart type deal on the fridge, and that's the first set of goals we hit. Finally, it was her graduate, then me graduate, and I've only graduated with my associates so far, but the other one's coming. But anyways,
Right.
then we had on there Coach Taylor, right? This was 5 years ago or whatever. Boom. Finally, we hit that one. Then it was buy the house. Then it was get a new car. And then now it's paying those things off. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're right. Writing it out and seeing it and being able to cross it off is a big deal in my mind.
Oh yeah, it's huge. And I don't practice what I preach, but you should do that daily. Like you should write your goals every single day, whether it's in the morning or at night. I would highly suggest going over your goals in the morning. And I do go over goals. I just don't write them out as I should. You absolutely should. But when you do these goals, like you can have these big goals that you go over every other month or every 3 months and you check on your progress and whatnot, or that you write out in a year, like what we do on New Year's. And then 3 months down the road, come back to that list and say, hey, have we done these things we said we wanted to do? No. What can we do to make them happen? But like you should also have daily goals and you should be writing them out. And then at the end of the day, go back to that and say, what did I do to get closer to that? Even if your daily, like, your long term goals can still be a daily goal that you write out and just check on your progress. Did my actions today help get me closer to that goal or further away from it? And have my goals change? I mean, your goals can change daily. Our goals change all the time. But
They
when you
should
write out your
change.
goals, if you write out like, this is where I want to be at the end of my life. Like, where do you want to be? What do you want to have? The legacy you want to leave. What is it? And you choose that and you think of that and you get that in mind first. And then you can sit there and you can write out things that would get you to that point. Either it's different ideas, different steps, different things along the way that could help you achieve that. Because when you go on a vacation, you don't say, well, we're gonna get in the car and we're gonna go. We're gonna drive. No, You don't do that. You say, we're going to go to Branson, Missouri. Why that popped into my head first thing, I don't know. But you say, we're going to go to Branson, Missouri. Then you say, when are we going to go? Then you say, how are we going to get there? Then you say, what are we going to pack? Where are we going to stay? You plan all of those steps once you have the destination picked out. So I think that's a huge part of life, is figuring out what that destination is and then deciding how you're going to get there.
Yeah, and the reason I asked you was because I can imagine that you kept, a log of, the when you went through your things, when you were
Right.
locked up, when you were at D&E and that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming you wrote that down, right?
Mad letters. Oh, yeah.
I would like to go through those with you the next time that we, are together in person. I
got
had
shoe
one.
boxes of them.
Shoe boxes?
Yeah, my wife. I mean, I sent her a letter every single day for the entire time I was in there.
And I'd like to go through that mind frame with you. I have one when I was, in treatment and all that, and going through counseling. They almost required it. And I also talked to you on the phone a lot, but
Right.
I'd like to go through back and read. I'll read one of yours, you read one of mine type deal, and just see like where our heads were at that time, what we were
Yeah.
thinking, what was
Yeah.
going through it.
That'd be cool. And actually, my wife might share it. She might not. But the last time I got in trouble when I got my DUI, the last night I ever drank, when I got that DUI, I sat down in jail over that weekend. First time I was ever away from my kids for not non-consensually away
Right.
from my kids. Like
Yep.
I'd never been locked up with my kids here. And it was just, oh, it just put me in such a spot. But I sat down and I wrote a letter to my wife. It was a really long, sweet letter, but I need to read it again. I told her she should give it to me if I'm ever messing up and remind me of the things I'm saying in this letter. But she has it. I don't know if it's something she would share or not, but there's definitely a lot of those older ones from when I was in prison. And I know my mom's got boxes of letters I sent her from the first time I was probably locked up. So,
That would be an interesting
oh
one
man,
too.
yeah.
I mean, that you're holding.
I would like to go. I haven't gone through those. I haven't looked at them just because I've haven't felt the need to reminisce on stuff like that. I did burn all of my old like legal documents, and I wish I hadn't. All of my stuff from treatment before when I started drinking again, I found like boxes of old papers and just started burning them. I was drunk. So, yeah, I just started torching them. I was like, that'll never be me again. Burn it. Burn it. Weird.
I think it's important to acknowledge that the growth, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at, because
For sure.
there's thousands and thousands and countless of people that I feel could benefit knowing that it does get better. You know what I mean? Nobody was there. You hear it all the time. Oh, it gets better. Oh, this too shall pass. Yeah, that's fine. Hearing that from somebody that didn't go through it. That the counselors that they set us up with in this treatment program, not one of them went through the treatment program. So
Right.
that's why I try to go back every year and talk to the people that are going through it at the program, because hearing it from somebody that has successfully graduated, I guess is the word that they use.
Yeah.
So hearing it from somebody that's been through it and was successful with it, although there are some things that I would change, because I would have put somebody on medicine to come off of medicine. That's what I would change. Anyways, outside of that, the counseling helped tremendously, and I would have never, ever gotten through what I got through without opening up to my blind counselor, Tim. He was the man, and I hated him at first. I did not like that guy. I was like, no, I'm not going to come talk to you. He's like, well, okay, next week we go by. I'm like, no, I'm not going to talk to you, dude. Finally, I would sit there for an hour because you had to meet with him, and he would talk, and I would listen. Then one day, I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Opened up like a book, and by the end of it, he's like, that was abuse what you went through, right? I'm like, no, that's just life, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's not just life, and no, that's not everybody's childhood. Like that's not okay. What happened? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you drank at 12 with an adult. I'm like, yeah, everybody did. He's like, no, not everybody did. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's talk some more then, Tim. See you next Thursday.
Yeah. Wow.
To be continued, sir, because I got more news for you. It was once I did that, it was like, oh damn, like it was like a flood of emotions. And have you ever cried in front of your wife?
Oh, absolutely. I currently cry in front of my wife. It's like a regular thing, man. I cry a lot, dude.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Should I do that more?
I do. I mean, since we had the twins, I have become so soft. Like I feel soft. I feel so much. You know what I mean? Like compassion. I have so much empathy. So when I think about my girls growing up, when I think about Noah growing up, my boy, it it really gets to me. Were you talking about crying in a different way? Because like I
No.
cry all
Like,
the time, man. Like we'll cry to movies and stuff.
well, that's
Seeing my
different.
kids cry to a movie makes me cry. Noah lost his absolute mind. Was it the Godzilla movie where Mothra dies to save everybody else? Mothra sacrifices herself to save everybody else, and Mothra dies, and Noah lost it.
Who's Mothra?
Mothra's one of the monsters in Godzilla. Like I think it's Godzilla versus King Kong, or maybe it's a different one. I don't remember. But Mothra dies, sacrifices her life to give Godzilla like energy, or maybe she absorbs energy from something, but she dies. She sacrifices herself to die, and she dies. And Noah started bawling. I didn't want Mothra to die, just bawling. And then I'm watching my sweet boy, so loving and compassionate, that I'm just like, "Ah, I didn't want Mothra to die either, man. I didn't want her to die." But it's just I cry a lot, dude.
I
do.
love Noah, dude.
I go
He's
through
such a
times
sweetheart.
where I'm so stressed out and I'm so overwhelmed and I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I start to beat myself up so bad that I go through those, like we were talking earlier about going through seasons of depression. Man, that stuff's real. I go through
Depression
it
sucks.
and I cry, man. I cry.
Dude, when I
And my
went through
wife
that
sees it. She's there for it.
when I went through that thing in September, I've never knew what depression was ever, dude. And it was like every freaking hour, I was just like, I'd go up, then I'd come down, then I'd go up, then I'd come down, then I'd beat myself up constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. And the amount of things what we do for people, not everybody does. Like people have to keep that in mind. And like I'll see some comments from some people from H Town or whatever you want to call it, Hastings, that'll be like, nobody cares what you think, that type of stuff. Like there are some people that care. Maybe you don't care or you don't want to hear it, and that's fine, dude. But there are people that care, and there are people that need to hear it, and there are people that I help every single day, whether it's through this podcast or whether it's just what my life has become, living for other people. So if you're watching this, nobody cares what you think. That's fine. But I'm going to continue to try to help people. If it helps one person, that's all that
Yeah.
matters. If I can help one person a day, one
We're
person
doing this for them too, you know.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
So,
God, I got like shaky mad. Sorry.
no,
Fuck, dude.
it's cool. That's emotion, man. We
Yeah,
have those.
I don't do we. I don't
We
think
have those, man.
I don't think I've cried in front of Melissa in
Really?
outside of that September thing. don't like, I'll get emotional about Maddie and Gray and like when they hurt, I hurt type deal. So I get that. But like I found myself I found myself at a tournament last weekend and seeing like that kind of stuff. It's where the team we were last year and who we are this year, and knowing that I had a part and an impact on those 11 kids' life in the fight, the grit. And people think it's crazy that 11-year-old baseball, it's not intense in a bad way, but like I'm fighting for these kids. Like I practiced
Right.
tonight. It started off bad, and I was like, look, I'm not mad that we missed a ground ball. I straight told 10, 11-year-olds this. I'm not mad that you missed a fly ball, and I'm not mad that you struck out looking. I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad at is I care about you guys, and I put so much time and effort into this, and you don't need to care about that. I do that because I want to. But I just want you to respect the game, to respect the time that we're putting into it, and respect yourselves. And that goes far beyond baseball, and that goes far beyond any organized sports. If you respect what you're doing and you do it for you and I do it for you and then I do it for you, then at the end of the day, I'm bettering myself. So that all ties together with why we're doing this, why you want to help people, why Ashley wants to help people, why I want to help people, because it makes me a better person doing these things. I'm living for other people. And I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Oh no, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Bigger than you, dude. Bigger than you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely makes sense.
It's a fiery topic.
I think that's why we're doing this,
Yeah. And I want it to become bigger than me and you, and not for any monetary reasons or not for any reasons outside of, going back, giving back, man, because we've taken so much, dude.
Oh yeah. See, that's like we had talked before about if you could live anywhere, where'd you want to live? And I want to stay around here, I want to stay in Nebraska. This is where I was the most destructive in my life. And this is where I want to be the most productive and beneficial to others. I think it would be really, 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 really crappy of me to grow up here and do the things I've done and be the bad person that I was for so long and then get better here and then turn around and just leave and go give that blessing to another place, like another location. I would love to be able to stick around and help people here, help the communities here, whether that's through housing, through, apartments or whatever other real estate adventures I go on or businesses I do, whatever I do, I want it to benefit people here moving forward. And maybe some people think that's selfish of me or, like, oh, he's just trying to, show everyone. And I don't know. I don't know how I'm trying to word that.
No,
but I know there's people that are going to be like, oh, now he's just showing off or something. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's
what I don't want to do that.
I do want to show everyone.
I do too. And I'd love to blast my face on a billboard on 281 where people get to commute back and forth and see my face every single day and say, hey, that's that guy we were just talking crap about, saying he was a loser, saying he was whatever. And
that bothers me, dude. That bothers me, brother. It does.
I still say it, man. I don't think it's going to stop.
And I know. And here's the thing. I do want to show the world, whether you've known me in a past life or not. I'm so sick and tired of having to start a conversation with, oh, you're Matt Taylor. And then me having to say, all right, look, that's a different person.
Have you heard of? Like,
right, dude. Right. And I'm so sick and tired of having to try to stand up for myself. So no, you're right. I do want to do it to show everybody else. I do want to help other people to show everyone else. I do want to become something bigger than what I am now to show the people that drive around in 14 county plates or 18 county plates or whatever it may be, that I'm not that dude. I want to go to the high school that their kids are learning at, and I want to give a speech there.
Oh
I
yeah,
want
for
I
sure.
want them to go home and say, hey, this guy Matt and Lance, they came to the high school and they talked about recovery and the road and the journey and this and mental health. I want them to go home to mom and dad and tell them that, because you know what?
Yeah.
That's truly living for somebody else. I
Oh
want to
yeah.
better your kid, even though you want to talk crap about me. I want to better your child to be a better person. And you know what? At the end of the day, when you and I are so old that we can't take care of ourselves, the people running this state, this country, this town, those have to be good people. They have
Oh
to
yeah.
be, because I don't want to I don't want to turn on the news and be like, oh, here we go again, 2022 all over. I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's a passionate conversation.
That is passion. I feel like we've had a lot of passionate moments this entire conversation here.
This is just a Tuesday, though. You know what I mean? This is just what we
Mhm.
talk about on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesdays with Lance.
Mike Flies Tuesday.
Mike Fly. Dude, you're the one that showed me Time Flies Tuesday,
Time
right?
Flies Tuesday, but now it's Mike Flies Tuesday.
I
Yeah,
love
Time
Time
Flies
Flies.
Tuesday.
Love
Yep.
those dudes.
Love them.
Love them. Love them. They make any good song better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. We got about 3 minutes before we can't use this on a live video. That's the fastest hour.
Let's touch Johnny Depp. Well, not literally, but let's.
I'll do it. I'll do
The
it.
thing. The thing.
Yeah.
What do you
What do you
think? How do
what do
you
you
feel?
know? What do you know about it?
I know that my wife is absolutely obsessed with the whole trial situation, and I know that the nail in the coffin thing, I don't know if it actually happened today or if it was like I read about it today about her
Go
the
on, Kate.
being on audio, an audio recording of her saying, you're mocking him, saying, "Oh, I'm Johnny Depp. I'm a man, and I was abused by a girl or so." You know what I mean? And she
Ding.
said, "Who's gonna believe you? Go ahead and say it. Who's gonna believe you?" Wow,
That's why he kept his mouth shut for so long.
so long.
He let everybody think he was an abusive POS, dude. He did.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, but I have this."
And then the cosmetics thing, the whole where she
Pooped in the
claimed
bed.
like they were like, "Oh no, the cosmetics, that she had a makeup kit that she carried with her to cover up the marks that he left on her from beating her up all the time." She had this cosmetics kit, and then the cosmetics company came out and said, "That's a lie because we made those, or we didn't start making the alleged abuse was from like 2014 to 2016, and they didn't even start making that particular makeup kit until like 2018 or something."
What a
So
dummy,
they're
dude.
like, "That's a lie."
So
So
hold on. The Me Too movement got a female?
yeah, I guess.
Right.
I
Wait, hold on.
guess.
Johnny Depp got Me Too, except the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be dang. Hey, you know what?
So
Let's make 10 more of them Pirates movies.
dude, he won't make another. Not with them. He's done with Disney. He said there's no amount of money that can make him go back to Disney.
That ties right back into what we were just talking about,
Yeah.
dude. Wow, dude.
So
So wait, he didn't abuse her?
no, I mean, I'm not going to say he was totally innocent. I'm sure he had his faults in that situation, but he wasn't what she made him out to be.
She was.
She was what she said he was.
They,
So
them,
yeah,
I,
yeah,
it, they, them, we.
wild.
Good for him, dude. Good for him.
1 minute wrap up. Let's go. What do we do?
1 minute wrap up. My kid came home the other day and she was singing a pronoun song. I, it, we, them, they. And I said, stop. What? And she literally was like, that's what they taught me at school. I'm like,
Wow, that's not how you wrap this up.
Sorry.
Not a wrap up. That's a whole other conversation.
Wrap it up. Go.
Jeez. Wrapping it up. We just want to stress the importance of you guys knowing that we are fully available for you. If you want to get with us and you want to do something, if you've got ideas for us, please let us know. You want to do some shout outs or something, you got a topic you want us to talk about, you want us to discuss, give us some points, shoot us over some bullet points, and we'll crush through them all and shout out everything. We just want to grow, and we want to help you guys help us grow. So let's do this.
We want to grow with you.
Man behind the mic, we're gonna push it to the limits, baby.
We are going to push it to the limits. We can't play that song because we'll get copyrighted. Hey, this has been episode 6. I love you, Lance.
Love you too, brother.
Peace.
Hustling every day, I'm hustling every day.